Idaho on Snake River. Now what I need to do is I need to go find a place in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive the car in there. I'm going to find the spot, and then I'm going to call Glenda on the phone or on the radio, and we'll bring the stuff in and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can find a good spot.
All right, I think we found a place to camp. Mike pulled it in and it leveled right away, which is always nice. And he's just putting the slides out and we can get settled in. So it's work good. We have clear sky, north and south, so all of our gear should work, the internet and dish. So all right, so this will be our view for a little while. Good morning. So days that you're not taking showers, you can take a sink bath in the morning, like my grandmother used to have us do when we stayed on the farm. So the hot water from making coffee in the morning that's left is just poured onto a washcloth and wash your face and all your bits and pieces. All right, this is why we like solar panels. When we left this morning at 8 o'clock, our volts were at 12.8, Mike?
12.8.
Okay, and we just got back. It's 2:15
o'clock.
And we're at 13.3 volts. Very nice. So when we're ready to shower, we'll capture the cold water in a skillet or pot or bucket until it warms up. And we'll use that water to flush toilets, or I'll heat it up and wash dishes in it. So you're conserving water that way.
Well, we're back to civilization, and one of the things that just happens is we lost some video from when we were boondocking, but this is part of the boondocking regiment that I do. One of the first things I do is I keep track of how many hours we have on our generator. This is an Onan RVQD 8000, and I have a meter here that tells me how many total hours I have. So I keep track of how many hours my generator has on it before I run it, because you shouldn't run your generator much more than 150 hours between oil changes. And you want to keep track of how much oil you have, because it doesn't hold a lot of oil, but the little yellow knob here is the dipstick. It's just a conventional dipstick, and all you do is you're gonna pull it out, and I like to loop it because it's a wire, and I'll just pull it on out and I'll take a look. First thing I want to do is I want to wipe it off and make sure it's clean so I have an accurate reading. I'll put it back down in, and this goes right down into the oil pan. And you always want to turn it so it's all the way down, let it sit for a second, then go ahead and turn it and pull it back out and take a look. And sure enough, we're full, so that's a good thing. And of course, you always want to check your oil after it's been run and it's been shut down. And it takes the same oil as the diesel coach. So I'm running Delvac in it, and it does a great job. And we ran it for about 46 hours out there when we were boondocking, and it didn't use any oil at all. So that's a really good thing. And once in a while, around the time you do an oil change, you want to check your fluid. And this is, you look down in there and see what you have for coolant. And coolant is an important thing also. You definitely want to check your coolant every now and then. Just stick the lid back on there, and that's all there is to it. The generator, we run about 4.6 hours a day. We can get away probably without it because we have solar on the coach, but one of the reasons we do run it is we run the air conditioning, and you may have stuff you need to do that you need to cook in the microwave or something along those lines. So the generator is most helpful. Now, we have a big motor home, so if you had something small, a travel trailer or whatever, you can do the same thing with like a Honda 2200. And you can even get a conversion kit for that runs off propane, so you don't need to carry a bunch of other fuel with you. But yeah, that's the way that works, and that's how we manage it. And you just need to make sure that you're above 3/4 of a fuel tank in our case, or excuse me, 1/4 of a fuel tank. You can burn it down, but at 1/4 of a tank of fuel, that's where you can't run the generator anymore, and you can only run the big diesel engine. So that's all I have, and hope this has been helpful.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this boondocking, or 2 videos on boondocking, and I hope it encourages you to get out and go somewhere new, go somewhere different, get off the grid, or go to your favorite place, maybe a NASCAR race or baseball games or whatever, where you might have to boondock. So thanks for watching. We appreciate you spending time with us.
And prepare. Prep. Think ahead so you make sure you have a good time. But prepping and doing some of the stuff that we outline will be helpful to you. But just prepare, and be safe. Enjoy yourself and have a great time outdoors.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. We are
Herons on the Fly. Hey, have a great day.